Every once in a while, music gives us a moment that feels bigger than the songs themselves. That's exactly what happened when Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter joined forces. A collaboration that didn't just trend, it exploded. Within hours, social media was flooded with clips, reactions, and hot takes. Fans screamed, cried, argued, and celebrated, as though history had just been made right before their eyes. But what was it about this collab that broke the internet? After all, both Taylor and Sabrina have seen viral success before. Taylor is a global superstar who has shaped pop culture for nearly 2 decades, while Sabrina has carved out her own powerful lane as a rising voice of her generation. Yet when their worlds collided, the impact went far beyond music charts. This was about generations connecting. It was about power, mentorship, representation, and the evolution of modern pop. And most importantly, it was about 2 women creating a moment that demanded attention. Setting the stage. Before we can appreciate the magnitude of this collaboration, we need to look at the backdrop. Taylor Swift has long been a master of shaping the music industry on her terms. From her country roots to her pop reinventions, from reclaiming her masters to conquering the globe with the Eras Tour, Taylor has become more than an artist. She's a movement. Sabrina Carpenter, on the other hand, has spent years climbing, grinding, and proving herself. Starting with Disney Channel roots, she transitioned into a bold pop star with hits that showcase not only her vocal power but also her songwriting wit. Songs like Nonsense and Feather showed the world she wasn't just another teen starlet. She was here to compete on a bigger stage. The big announcement. The buzz began with rumors, cryptic posts, and those infamous Easter eggs Taylor Swift is known for planting. Fans dissected every emoji, every outfit, every caption, looking for proof that something was coming. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, the announcement dropped. Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter were officially collaborating. Within minutes, Twitter or X, depending on what you call it now, was chaos. Taylor and Sabrina trended worldwide. Swifties and Carpenter stans rushed to their group chats. Memes exploded, and fan accounts went into overdrive. It wasn't just a collab announcement. It was an event. The kind that instantly sends shockwaves because of who's involved, not just what's being released. People compared it to the same cultural electricity that sparks when Beyoncé drops a surprise album or when Rihanna casually announces a return. Why fans lost their minds. On paper, a collaboration between Taylor and Sabrina makes perfect sense. But in practice, it hit even harder. Taylor has always connected deeply with her fans through storytelling. Her lyrics feel like diary entries turned into anthems. Sabrina, meanwhile, has built her momentum on a mix of playful wit, sharp hooks, and vulnerability. When you put those elements together, you don't just get a song. You get a conversation between 2 artists with overlapping but unique styles. Fans recognized that immediately. For Swifties, it was validation. Taylor was embracing the new generation. For Carpenter's fans, it was a breakthrough. Their fave was now shoulder to shoulder with one of the most powerful artists alive. And for casual listeners, it was impossible not to be intrigued. Add to that the fact that both women have massive online fandoms who live for dissecting every lyric, outfit, and music video frame, and you get the perfect recipe for internet domination. The music itself. Of course, hype can only carry you so far. For a collab to truly break the internet, the music has to deliver. And oh, it delivered. The song, blending Taylor's storytelling depth with Sabrina's cheeky charisma, hit all the right notes. It wasn't just catchy. It was layered, the kind of track you could belt in the car, cry to at night, or analyze line by line on TikTok. Critics praised the way their voices complemented each other. Taylor's seasoned warmth paired with Sabrina's youthful edge. The production felt modern yet timeless, ensuring it wasn't just a momentary trend but something with staying power. Fans flooded reaction videos onto YouTube. TikTok trends popped up within hours, with users lip-syncing, choreographing dances, and breaking down lyrics for hidden meanings. The song wasn't just consumed, it was lived. Social media meltdown. If you want proof that this collab broke the internet, just scroll back through the timeline. Twitter trended for days. Instagram flooded with fan art, edits, and reaction reels. TikTok turned the chorus into an unstoppable trend, with celebrities even jumping in to post their own versions. Hashtags like hashtag #TaylorSabrina, hashtag #InternetReset, and hashtag #SwiftyCarpenters dominated. Fan wars erupted in the comments, but in a way that only fueled the hype even more. Perhaps the wildest part was how quickly this collab became a shared cultural experience. People who weren't even fans of either artist couldn't escape the content cycle. Even mainstream news outlets covered it, treating the release like breaking news. Social media thrives on moments that feel collective, when everyone's talking about the same thing at the same time. And that's exactly what Taylor and Sabrina created. They didn't just drop a song. They orchestrated a digital tidal wave. Taylor as mentor. Part of what made this collab so impactful was the dynamic between the two artists. Taylor isn't just a superstar. She's a mentor figure in the industry. Over the years, she's brought countless rising stars into her orbit, from Ed Sheeran to Phoebe Bridgers. And each time, those artists walked away with not just visibility, but validation. For Sabrina, this was a career-defining moment. To be embraced by Taylor Swift, someone who knows better than anyone what it means to face criticism, grow through reinvention, and command an audience, is huge. It's more than a cosign. It's an acknowledgement of talent, potential, and staying power. Taylor has always been intentional about the people she collaborates with. Her choices carry weight. By aligning with Sabrina, she wasn't just making music. She was sending a message. Sabrina Carpenter is part of the next wave, and she belongs here. Sabrina's breakthrough. For Sabrina Carpenter, this collab wasn't just another song on her discography. It was the breakthrough moment that elevated her from rising star to mainstream powerhouse. Her music had already been building momentum. Tracks like Nonsense became viral hits, proving she had the charisma to dominate pop radio and TikTok simultaneously. But there's a difference between being a viral star and being a household name. Collaborating with Taylor Swift bridged that gap. Suddenly, people who had never paid attention to Sabrina were Googling her, streaming her catalog, and posting reactions to her performances. The collab turned curious listeners into new fans. Why it mattered to pop culture. When music moments like this go viral, they do more than entertain. They shape culture. Taylor and Sabrina's collab mattered because it wasn't just a catchy track. It was symbolic. It represented intergenerational connection, a superstar in her prime linking arms with the next wave. It showed that women in music can collaborate instead of compete, that mentorship and partnership are powerful. It also reminded fans of the communal power of music in the digital age. In an era when the internet often feels fragmented, this collab brought people together. It gave them a shared moment of excitement, joy, and obsession, and it pushed conversations about women in pop even further. Too often, the industry pits women against each other. But this collab stood as proof that collaboration amplifies, rather than diminishes individual artistry. The industry impact. Behind the headlines and hashtags, the industry was paying close attention. Collaborations like this move markets. Streaming numbers skyrocketed within hours of release, smashing records and climbing charts globally. Labels took note of how the hype machine worked, and how two strong fan bases can create a viral wildfire when combined. It also shifted perceptions of Sabrina Carpenter in boardrooms and booking offices. She wasn't just a rising star anymore. She was someone who could headline festivals, sell out arenas, and move units on a global scale. For Taylor, the collab reinforced her influence as a tastemaker. She doesn't just dominate charts. She reshapes them. Every move she makes carries ripple effects throughout the industry, and this was no exception. Legacy of the collab. So, will this collab fade into memory like just another viral moment? Probably not. The internet might move fast, but some cultural resets carve their names into history, and this was one of them. Years from now, fans will look back and remember the exact day Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter dropped their collab. They'll remember the chaos, the excitement, and the way it felt like the whole world was listening together. For Taylor, it will be remembered as yet another bold chapter in a career full of reinventions. For Sabrina, it will be remembered as the moment she leveled up. And for pop culture as a whole, It will stand as proof that music can still unite people, spark conversations, and create moments that matter.